Hey there, Franklin. Are you lost in Hollywood? That's a great song by Blackmore's Rainbow, right? Welcome, Michael and Ben as well. And it's time once again for Strat-O-Matic Baseball. There's Mike. Greetings, Mike. Good afternoon, everyone. What is today? Tuesday. God, I had to think about that for a minute. Oh my goodness. The retired life, I'm telling you. Okay, we got a good one on tap here. I'm going to get right into it. Pirates at Dodgers, tied for first. Pirates ahead on percentage points. The two best pitching teams in baseball so far this season. The Dodgers come in with a team earned run average, get this, of 2.74. And they don't even lead. The Pirates lead with a 2.64. That's right, a 2.64 team earned run average. 20-11 for the Bucks, 22-13 for the Dodgers. There is Kelly. There's Mike Vitt. Good afternoon, Mike, and welcome. Boy, we got a lot of Mikes, don't we? 3 at least. Then there's Mike from Sports Replays. He's not here yet, but he might check in. Who knows? 2 righties on the mound today. We got Steve Blass, and we've got Don Drysdale. And Mike, I tell you what, as a Dodger fan, I couldn't be happier. Objectively, however, this series, well, Game 1 was a really good game. No doubt about that. That was a classic. But games 2 and 3 really kind of snoozers by World Series standards, if I had to be objective about it. And with a bullpen game on tap, I don't know. I'm not a big fan of the bullpen game. I don't think any of us old-timers are. A bullpen game in the postseason. Come on. There's Mike Terranova. There's another Mike. Okay. We're just going to call this the Mike channel and move on from there. Okay, Blass. 2 good cards here. Not the best cards in the set, mind you. These are good cards. Blass so far has made 6 starts. He's 3-1 with a 3.09 ERA, 2 complete games, 44 innings of work, 43 hits, 21 strikeouts. Drysdale's made 8 starts, 1 complete game. He's 3-2 with a 3.22 ERA, 59 innings of work, 62 hits, and 40 strikeouts. And Kelly's got Blass going today against the Mudcat. Another name I love. So let's see, that's all set here. Let's get the Pirate batting order and we'll get this game started. For Pittsburgh, Matty Alou will lead it off in center field. Gene Alley at short in the 2 spot. Roberto Clemente in right field hits 3rd. Willie Stargell pops in left, hits cleanup. Don Clendenin at first base hits 5th. Jose Pagan at third base, 6th. Bill Mazeroski, the second baseman, bats 7th. Jerry May will do the catching today and bat 8th, with Blass, the pitcher, hitting 9th. And, yeah, I do too. On the other hand, in the Dodgers' defense, they don't have 4 starting pitchers. In fact, I posed a question. I asked my good friend Eric this last night. Has there ever been a team to win a World Series that only had 3 starting pitchers on the roster? I mean, it's possible. I think it probably did happen, but like back in the early 1900s. They probably only used 3 pitchers back then. They'd have 3 pitchers and they'd all pitch complete games, right? But I'm simply speculating here. I don't know this for a fact. I didn't give them much of a chance, and that's why, because they only had 3 starting pitchers. Dodgers defensively have Roseboro catching. Parker at first, Lefevre and Wills up the middle with Jim Gilliam down at third. Outfield left to right, Tommy Davis, Willie Davis, and Fairley. So here's Alou now. Drysdale set to go to work. Matty Alou comes into the game at 298. So Alou getting closer to that 300 mark. Remember, he got off to a very slow start this season. No home runs, but 11 RBIs for Matty. Left-handed hitter. Drysdale gets his sign. And we're underway on a 4-9. Alou goes the other way and slaps a base hit into left field for a leadoff single. Alou, good speed on the bases, a star 15. Let's check the battery. Drysdale a +1 hold. Roseboro with that -3 gun, however, it makes it a -2, and Alou would be a 13. And that's a borderline. That is so borderline, I'm going to let the dice decide whether they hold him or not. 1-3, he's held. He is held on, so he's an 11. Gene Alley will be the hitter. Alley leading the club in hitting, believe it or not, at 352. One homer, but a dozen RBIs for the right-handed hitting shortstop. Drysdale from the stretch now. The pitch is a 4-8 right-handed. Single into right field, and there goes Alou. He'll round and go all the way into third. Back-to-back singles to open up the game. And Pittsburgh has runners at the corners with nobody out. And the heart of the order coming up, Roberto Clemente steps to the plate. Willie pops Stargell on deck. Clemente on the season, 294. 5 homers, 16 RBIs. Infield at double play depth in the early going. And here's the pitch from Drysdale. That's a 6-5 right-handed. Grounder to shortstop X. That'll be Wills, a 3E27. This could be 2. Here's the play. On a 3, it's not going to be 2. In fact, Wills cannot get it. He knocks it down, has no play. Alou will score on the infield single by Roberto Clemente, and it's 1-0 Pirates. Stopping at second, Gene Alley. 3 consecutive singles off of Drysdale to open the game. Thank you, Michael. Appreciate that. Yeah, that would have been my guess. Some of the all-time great cards on the online version of Strat, you've got pitchers who made 62 starts in a season and crazy stuff like that. Hard to imagine, isn't it? Here's Pops now. Stargell hitting 280, leads the club in home runs with 8 and RBIs with 22. Drysdale in a jam early here. From the stretch, the pitch to Stargell. That's going to be a 1-6 high fly ball to right field. Playable for Fairley. He makes the catch. I think this is one of those possible tag. No, that only applies to the runner on third base, the fly ball B, question mark. I'll defer to Ben on that, but I think that's correct. Or anyone else for that matter. I single out Ben because he seems to have a really fresh knowledge of all of the rules. Okay, 1 out, here's Clendenin. Clendenin hitting 250, 7 home runs, 18 runs batted in. Drysdale trying to limit the damage here in the first. Here's the pitch. It is a 2-11. That's a base hit into right field. An open single. Alley can try to score on that. He's a 14. Fairley a 0. With 1 out, they're going to hold him up. They'll have the bases loaded with 1 out and Pagan coming to the plate. 4 hits off of Drysdale here in the first. So on second, he could have tagged up to right field. Fly ball B to right field only. A runner at second can advance. So that doesn't apply to the question mark. At least not what I'm seeing here. This is the part I cut this out actually. Fly ball B to right only. A runner at second may advance with this calculation, blah, blah, blah. The fly ball B question mark, if the ball is not in the third out, a runner at third base does not automatically score. This base running option is available, blah, blah, blah. This does not apply to the fly ball B question mark. Readings from cards or to F2 readings from the super advanced chart. Right, the only way he's out is on a 20. Say he's 1 through 14. 14-3. Such ratings runner at third base does not automatically score. It doesn't say anything on a fly ball B to right field only. The runner at second may advance, but it doesn't include the B question mark. I kind of think it should. Mike says no tag up on a question mark. That's the way I'm reading the rule. Okay, 1-0 Pirates. Bases loaded, one away. Here's Jose Pagan. Pagan hitting just .207, 1 homer, 5 RBIs. Infield at double play depth now. Here's the pitch. It's a 6-10. Struck him out. Oh my God, what a huge strikeout that was for Drysdale. It's the second out. Not out of the woods yet as up steps Bill Mazeroski. Mazeroski batting .310 so far in the replay. Just 1 homer, but 15 runs batted in. Drysdale into the windup. The pitch to Maz is a 1-6. Single, 2 stars, 2 runs will score. Here's Alley to cross the plate. Clemente to follow. Clendenin into third, and it is 3-0 Pirates on a 2-run, 2-out single by Bill Mazeroski. And the Pirates have jumped all over Don Drysdale here in the first inning. That'll bring up Jerry May. May has not played much, 0 for 2 on the season. Both appearances coming as a pinch hitter. Drysdale staring in now. The pitch to Jerry May is a 5-5, swung on and missed, strike 3. That'll do it, but the Pirates put 3 on the board on 5 hits and leave a pair. At the end of half an inning of play, it's Pittsburgh 3, Los Angeles coming to bat. And as Blast tunes up, let's go over the Dodgers lineup. Maury Wills leads it off at shortstop. Jim Gilliam at third in the 2 spot. Willie Davis in center field bats third. Ron Fairley in right field is the cleanup man. Tommy Davis in left hitting 5th. Jim Lefevre at second hits 6th. Wes Parker at first bats 7th. John Roseborough will do the catching and hit 8th with Drysdale hitting 9th. Let's set up the Pirates defensively for you. Jerry May catching. Clendenin at first. The Gold Glove combo of Mazeroski and Alley up the middle with Jose Pagan down at third, and the outfield left to right of Stargell, Alou, and Clemente. Blast ready to go to work. In steps Maury Wills. Switch hitter batting left-handed. Wills comes in with a .296 average. No homers, 4 RBIs. Blast into the windup now. That's a 5-10 left-handed. It's a grounder to shortstop X. That'll be Alley. Fine defensive shortstop. 2E17. And here's the play. Alley into the hole on a 1. He can't get it. Unbelievable. He knocks it down. Almost makes an incredible play. He did a good job just to keep that one on the infield, but that's going to go as an infield hit for Wills. Holy cow. Wills, of course, always a threat to run. Let's check the battery. Blast a 0. May a 0, so they will hold Wills on, making him a 13. And 13, as I like to say, is always the kind of the no man's land. I'll steal all day long on 14 and never steal on 12. 13, that's sometimes a tough call. In the early going, they won't take the chance. Although Gilliam with a B hit and run, this might be a good chance for a hit and run. Gilliam on the season, 167. Just 1 homer, 3 RBIs. Held on, he'd be an A. He's going to try the hit and run. It's going to be a 10 on an A, and he pops it up. Mazeroski has it. Will's back to the bag. One away, and here's Willie Davis now. Davis hitting .296, no home runs, 17 runs batted in. Blast set now from the stretch. Pitch to Davis is a 4-5, fly ball to center and playable for Alou. He makes the catch for the second out. Let's see who else we've got here. A shout out to Perry. 2 down, and Ron Fairley will be the hitter. Fairley hitting .237, 3 homers, 22 RBIs. Blast out of the stretch now. Comes in there with a 6-8 left-handed, a single into right field. Wills will go into third, and the Dodgers have runners at the corners with 2 away. Fairley no threat to steal, and the batter will be Tommy Davis. Davis, 10 for 31 in limited play, hitting .323. No home runs, 8 RBIs. Blast, a check of the runners. Now from the stretch, the pitch to Tommy, 6-11 right-handed, a single up the middle. Open single, that'll score Wills. Fairley can go to third on that. 12-14 to center, Alou +2, 16. They're going to send him, and the Pirates will cut it off and hold Davis to first. So it's an RBI single for Tommy Davis. That makes the score 3-1. And the batter will be Jim Lefevre. So the Dodgers answering back with 3 singles of their own in the first inning. And here's Lefevre, switch hitter batting lefty. He comes in at .286, 4 home runs, 17 RBIs. Blast trying to get out of the jam, get his team back up to the plate. There's the pitch to Lefevre now. That's a 4-4. Grounder to third base X. That's going to be Pagan. Pagan, a 3E25. Tough play for Jose. To his left. Here's the roll. On a 9, it's the E range. It's a 7. On a 25. And he boots it. Oh my goodness. Error Pagan. A run will score. And just like that, it's 3-2. Error on Pittsburgh. Fairley crosses the plate. Davis holds at second. And it's a 3-2 ball game. So much for the pitcher's duel. First and second, 2 away. Here's Parker. Wes Parker hitting .275, 4 homers, a dozen RBIs. Switch hitter batting lefty. Blast gets the sign from May. There's the pitch to Parker. It's a 2-3. Grounder into the hole at short. Alley is there. Long throw across in time, and that'll do it. Dodgers 2 runs on 3 hits. They leave a pair. And a very busy first inning here ends with the Pirates leading 3-2. How is everybody doing today? I'm going back to figure out this. We're still from second to third. B implies you're not quite as deep but enough to allow a tag up. So you guys think he should be able to tag at second on a B question mark? It's just not at all. It just doesn't say that. It says here quite clearly, in fact, that the fly ball B question mark only applies to a runner on third. I don't know. I kind of think he should too, actually. It would make sense. But yeah, the letter of the rule only on the B. Okay. What I would like to do is recreate that in the Windows game and see how they do it. It's a beautiful day in the bluegrass state, which is, forgive my ignorance, Kentucky. And welcome to John West. Exactly, Perry. Since that shit. No, it probably isn't, but you know what? If they did it, I would go with that. Hey, I got it right. How about that? Okay, second inning, Blast to lead it off. Pretty good hitting pitcher. He's a 4. Weak power. Drysdale with the pitch. That's a 4-8 right-handed. It's a base hit for Blast. Steve Blast for the leadoff single. That's the 6th hit already off of Drysdale. That brings up Alou again. He singled to start the game off. Drysdale from the stretch now. The pitch from Matty Alou is a 1-7 right-handed. A single up the middle into center field. An open single. They will hold Blast at second. I rarely take any base running chances with pitchers. Just a point of realism to me. Okay, it's Alley. Dodgers anticipating a bunt in this situation. They're going to pull it in, and Alley's going to lay it down as a B. There's a 10 on a B, and the leading runner is thrown out by the pitcher. Holy cow, so Alley fails to get the bunt down. That goes 1-5. Force. Blast forced at third, Alou to second. So that could turn out to be a big play. Seemed like an obvious bunting situation to me, but Alley unable to get it down. He pushed it a little too hard towards the mound. Drysdale had an easy play at third, and here's Roberto Clemente now. Stargell on deck. Roberto with an RBI single in the first. That's true, they do. I have not used that. I used it once as a pinch runner, I think, with Cloninger because the Braves were out of runners. Normally, I just stick with the stock 1 through 10 for pitchers. Largely because, and I know Ben's going to laugh at me now, largely because that's what the Windows game does. I'm laughing at myself. Jesus. Okay, here's Roberto. Drysdale staring in now. The pitch to Clemente is a 2-11 right-handed. Another grounder down to third. Gilliam goes down to Lefevre for 1. The turn not in time. That'll be a 5-4 force. And Alou will take third. Runners at the corners, 2 down, and here's Pops. Pops, high fly ball to right in the first. Drysdale in trouble again here as he comes set. Pitch to Stargell on a 1-5. Rips one into the right center gap. That's going to score at least 1. Alou can walk home. Clemente can try to score on that. Davis a -1 in center. Clemente 15 with 2 outs, 17. 1-16, they're sending him. Here comes the throw. He is in there on a 16. Holy smoke, that's 2 runs scored. Clemente in. Stargell 12, he would have been a 7. 1-6, he wouldn't have tried, so he'll stay at first. 2-run single for Stargell, however, makes it 5-2 Pirates. So Stargell comes up big here with 2 outs in the second. And the batter, Clendenin. Clendenin singled his first time up. Yeah, just in there, Ben, just in there. Drysdale from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Clendenin. It's a 5-11 right-handed. Base hit into right field, an open single. Stargell could go to third. 12 with 2 outs, 14. Now he'll hold. No sense making the third out at third base. So first and second, and here's Pagan. 9 hits off of Drysdale already. Pagan ready to go to work here. He struck out his first time up, standing in from the right side, fouls the first one back. Count runs full now, and here's the pitch from Drysdale. On a 5-8 right-handed, slow roller to short, Wills charging it and throws him out to retire the side. 2 more for the Pirates. On 4 hits, they leave a pair, and it is 5-2 Pittsburgh. The Pirates are all over Drysdale this afternoon. They're on him like a pit bull on a poodle. Hang on a second while I turn this heat down. Yeah, we're back to this again. Farting around with this wonky thermostat. Okay. Here's Blast now. He'll be looking at Roseboro, Drysdale, and Wills. How long do we go with Drysdale? Becomes the question. I like that, Ben. Yeah, he's got that in his contract. I don't do any running. Well, I'll answer that, John, because I'm using the cutoff method, in which case, okay, had Stargell tried to advance, let's see, that was to center, right? So he doesn't get the 2 out thing. It's -5 and the outfielder's arm. So the Stargell would have been 1 through 6 to go to second. Had he tried to advance, Dodgers would have cut the throw and thrown for second, and he probably would have, most likely would have been out. So that's why I didn't do it. Whoops, did I rob Stargell of a double? Hang on a second now. Okay, let's go. Let me back that up. Let's take a look at that. Thank you, Stephen. Let's see what we got here. Stargell. Here's Stargell. Back it up a little bit more. I can't see it with my afflicted vision here. Is it just me, or is the picture a little blurry today? So we got a 1-5. Oh, God, yeah, it's a clean double. Okay, let's back that up. That's a double for Stargell. He still gets the 2 RBIs. On the single by Clendenin, he takes 3rd. Let me check Clendenin here. I don't think Stargell would have tried to score on that, but he might. Let's see what the play was. It was Clendenin. My apologies, gentlemen. I'm making mistakes here today. Okay, here was Clendenin. I don't like this picture at all. It's a 5-11. And that was Drysdale. Open single to right. So with 2 outs, he would have been a 14. Nah, he would have held up anyway. Okay. So no harm, no foul. We do credit Stargell with a double, however. And I want to check this. Let me check. Maybe my camera lens got a little smudged or something. Let me see something here. Seems a little grainy when I'm looking at my monitor screen here. Are you guys reading the cards all right? I guess I should ask you guys. And a shout out to Kenyon Gray, who's in the room. Hello, Kenyon. Is it readable to everybody? Just want to make sure. So on review, the official score changes Stargell's hit to a double. Scoring is unaffected, and it's 5-2 as we go to the bottom of the second. Roseboro to lead it off. Hitting just 187 on the season, 2 homers, 10 RBIs. Blast into the windup. The pitch to Roseboro is a 3-6. Grounder down to first. Clendenin will take it himself, and there's one down. That'll bring up Drysdale. Pretty good hitting pitcher, 6 with N power. Here's the pitch from Blast. On a 580, pops him up left side. Alley will take it, and 2 outs quickly here in the second. Here's Maury Wills now. Wills singled and scored in the first. Blast gets the sign from May. Here's the pitch. 6-7 left-handed. Base hit up the middle for Maury Wills, and he's 2 for 2. Yeah, I just used my shirt, Franklin. I used my t-shirt. Wills held at 13. Trailing by 3, he won't try it. Gilliam will hit away. Gilliam, 0 for 1. Blast from the stretch. Pitch to Gilliam is a 110 right-handed. It's a slow roller to third. Pagan charges on the run, fires it down to Mazeroski for the force. And that will do it. No runs, a hit, 1 left. We've played 2 innings. It's 5-2 Pirates. So Blast settling down a bit in the second. Drysdale, on the other hand, hasn't been fooling anybody. And they'll have the bottom third of the order coming up here in the third with Mazeroski, May, and Blast. Mazeroski, a big 2-run single his first time up. Drysdale into the windup. Pitch to Maz is a 2-3. Grounder to first. That'll be Parker. He'll take it himself. And there's one away. That'll bring up Jerry May, the catcher. May struck out his first time today. Here's the pitch from Drysdale. That's a 6-2 right-handed. Grounder into the hole at short. Wills is there. Long throw in time. It didn't hurt him any that it was the catcher running, but he gets the second out. And here's Blast. Blast singled his first time up. A 4-hitting pitcher. The pitch from Drysdale is a 111. Grounder up the middle. Wills cuts it off, shading him up the middle, and throws him out to retire the side. So Drysdale settles down a bit here in the third, a 1-2-3 inning. Go to the bottom of the third, still 5-2. Battle for first place in this one. These teams come in tied. Pirates slightly ahead on percentage points. Willie Davis to start things off. Davis flew to his opposite number his first time up. Blast sign from May. Here's the pitch to Davis. That's a 5-7 left-handed. It's a grounder to second base X. That's the Gold Glover, Bill Mazeroski, a 1E8. Ranges behind the bag. The play on a 3. It's a diving stop by Maz. To his feet. Throws him out. Oh my goodness. What a play by Bill Mazeroski. It's a web gem. And Bill Mazeroski robs Willie Davis of a sure base hit. Here's Fairley. Fairley singled his first time up. Blast into the windup. That's a 1-5. Single to 9 on a 20. That liner is speared by a leaping Mazeroski. Holy cow, Mazeroski's glove coming into play this inning. 2 down, and here's Tommy Davis. Davis singled his first time. Blast gets the sign now. Here's the pitch to Tommy Davis. It's a 4-5 right-handed. Lazy fly ball into left. Stargell right there, and it's an easy 1-2-3 inning for Blast. 3 innings in the books, 5-2 Pirates. I tell you, the Pirates have a tough team in 66. I would not be at all surprised if they won the National League. Although I picked the Giants going in, so that shows you how much I know. Top of the order for the Pirates in the 4th. Here's Matty Alou. He's 2 for 2 on the day. That might put him over the 300 mark at this point. Drysdale into the windup. Pitch to Matty is a 3-12 right-handed, and he hits him. Oh my goodness. Alou hit by the pitch. He takes his base. That is the 3rd time he's been plunked this season. He's a 13 not held. He will not be held. Should I try to bunt again with Alley? Let's check the infield. 1-3, it's in. Infield is in. He's going to try it again. He can't miss twice, can he? Alley squares around to bunt. He's a B on an 8. To first base. Only play is to Drysdale covering, and Alou takes second on the sacrifice bunt. So Alley gets the job done this time. And here's Clemente now. Clemente 1 for 2. Drysdale, deep breath now, checks the runner. Pitch to Roberto on a 5-7, swung on and missed, strike 3. Just the 3rd strikeout for Drysdale. And here's Pops. 2-run double in the 2nd, he's 1 for 2. First pitch way outside, pitching carefully with respect to Pops. Now he comes in there with a 6-5 left-handed. That's a grounder to short X. That's Wills. Wills ranges into the hole, a 3-E27. Here is the play on a 20. He's there, throws across in time, and the side is retired. 6-3X. No runs, no hits, 1 left. There was a hit batter. So Drysdale seems to have settled down. Blass holds a 3-run lead, however, as we go to the bottom of the 4th. Blass, a 6-inning rated starter, which I find a little low. Drysdale a 7. Kind of surprised to see Blass a 6. I thought he'd be at least a 7. Perhaps that was later in his career. I, of course, primarily remember Blass for his 1971 World Series heroics. I'm sure most of you do as well. Here's Jim Lefevre to start off the 4th. 0 for 1, reached on an error. Blass gets the sign. That's a 1-7 right-handed, and he loses him, ball 4. A leadoff walk to Lefevre. Lefevre not a threat to run, and the batter will be Wes Parker. Ben. Do you remember it well, Ben? Yeah. Well, I got to wrap my head around that one for a second. So Ben wasn't even alive when I was watching the 71 World Series. Wow, man. Talk about depressing a guy. Thanks a lot, Ben. Here's Parker, 0 for 1. He's going to swing away. Blast with the pitch. 1-8 is a grounder to first. Clendenin down to Alley for 1. Back to first. It's the 3-6-3 double play. 2 down, nobody on, and the batter will be Roseboro. Oh, time's a bitch. No doubt about it. time flies, whatever cliche you want to use, they're all true. Roseboro 0 for 1. Here's the pitch from Black. That's going to be a 210 right-handed foul ball behind the plate. May going back, drops the mask, and makes the catch to retire the side. 4 innings in the books. It's 5-2 Pirates. Let me refresh my screen here, get this lined up a little better. It is, man. I enjoyed it very much. It reminds me of a story. No, he wasn't shitting on that one. Right after I took early retirement from Safeway at age 55, I got a job doing resets for an independent company. We had a reset crew that would travel all over Washington and even eastern Idaho. Excuse me, western Idaho. Northwestern Idaho, I should be more specific. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Point being, at 55, I was the youngest guy on that crew. And they used to call me the kid, and I didn't mind it one bit. It was nice to be the kid in somebody's group. Okay, to the 5th we go. Pirates lead by 3. Here's Clendenin to start it off. Clendenin's 2 for 2 today. Drysdale set now. Here's the windup. The pitch to Clendenin is a 5-4 right-handed. It's a fly ball to center field X. That'll be Willie Davis, 2E12. Davis going back on the ball. Still going back. The play on a 9 is the E-rain. That's a deadly 5 on a 12, and he muffs it for a 2-base error. E8. First error for Los Angeles. Clendenin to second. And that'll bring up Pagan. Shelf resets. You know when you go into a store and you'll say you go down the cookie aisle and everything's been moved around and you're going, why the hell did they do this? Well, that's a reset. Did a full remodel with that crew at an Albertsons in Wenatchee. That was a hell of a job. And you get these schematics. Well, I'm not going to go into that now. It tells you, it's like a map that shows you each shelf. It's all laid out here, like here's your cookie section, top shelf, second shelf, da-da-da. How many inches it should be, the product name. They're not that hard to read, okay? It's amazing how many people these companies hire that absolutely cannot read a schematic. And they drag me over there and say, go teach Susie how to read a schematic. And I'm thinking, oh my God, I didn't sign on for this. This is why I retired. But I would do it. I mean, I'm happy to help somebody out, don't get me wrong. It was the hiring practices I question. I mean, shouldn't that be like part of the training or something? Robbie Freeman, the Cardinals fan, enters the room. Well, you got the right last name, Robbie. Here's Pagan, 0 for 2. Drysdale with the pitch. That's a 1-8 grounder to short. Wills has it, looks the runner back, and throws him out for the first out. So Pagan 0 for 3. Up steps Maz. He's 1 for 2 with 2 ribbies today. Drysdale checks the runner. Now the pitch on a 6-7 will be a grounder to second base X right-handed. That's Lefevre. 3E17, here's the play. On a 14, he's got it. As he throws him out at first, Clendenin will take third on the play. 4-3X, a C. So Clendenin standing on third with 2 away, and Jerry May the batter. Momentary thoughts of putting May on, but he's not that good of a hitter, and Blass is already 1 for 2. So they're going to pitch to May. And here's the pitch from Drysdale. 5-11 right-handed. RBI single into right field for Jerry May. That opens the game up 6-3. Clendenin will cross the plate with an unearned run. And that's an RBI for Jerry May, his first hit and first RBI of the season. Of course, he hasn't played very much. And the hitter will be Blass. Drysdale probably in his last inning of work at this point, as he's due to lead off the bottom of the inning. Here's the pitch to Blass now. It's a 4-6 right-handed, struck him out. Pirates pick up another run, however, on a hit. They leave one, and they take a 6-2 lead to the bottom of the inning. That'll be an unearned run for Drysdale, who's going to call it a day, trailing by 4 in the bottom of the 5th. I tell you, if he was pitching a little better, I'd be tempted to stick with him. It doesn't appear to be Drysdale's day. He went 5, get a load of this, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 hits, 6 runs, 5 earned. He walked no one. He did hit a batter. And he struck out 4. Ron Perinoski will be the first man in. And we'll look for a pinch hitter for Drysdale. No real left-handers on the bench. Sparingly, Barbieri's used very sparingly due to his number of at-bats. Seems like they're missing a hitter or something. Okay, we're going to go with Ferrara. They are missing a hitter. Where the hell is Lou Johnson? There he is underneath the pitchers. See, how about that? I knew so. The bench seemed a little short. Okay, here's Ferrara. Johnson in real life came into this game defensively. In real life, this game went 12 innings. I just as soon not have a repeat of that. I'd be surprised if they did, Robbie. God, you'd have to think the Yankees could win a bullpen game, wouldn't you? Although they certainly haven't played well to this point. Ferrara, 11 for 42. That's 262. A pair of homers, 5 RBIs. Blass gets the sign from May. Pitch to the pinch hitter on a 3-9. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. And down goes Ferrara. That's the first strikeout for Blass, and that'll bring up Wills. Wills 2 for 2 as Blass comes set. Here's the windup and the pitch. It's a 2-6 right-handed grounder into the hole is short. That's Alley. A long throw just does nip the speedy Wills at first, and there's 2 away. That'll bring up Gilliam. Gilliam 0 for 2 on the day. Blass stares in now, and here is the pitch on a 2-5 right-handed grounder to White at first. Clendenin has it, feeds Blass covering, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Blass. So Blass has been absolutely outstanding since a little rocky start in the first inning, and after 5 complete, it's Pirates 6, Dodgers 2. Here's Perinoski now coming on to pitch for L.A. Perinoski's been in 7 games, 1 save, but a rather high 5.14 ERA in 7 innings of work. And he'll be looking at the top of the Pirates' batting order. Alou 2 for 2 and then was plunked in the 4th. Left on left now, Perinoski comes in with a 1-7 left-handed. That's a base hit up the middle, and Alou 3 for 3. Now I'd say it's definitely safe to say that he's brought his average up over 300. He came in at 298. Peronoski a -1 hold, -3 for Roseboro. That makes Alou an 11 not held, so no need to hold him. And the batter will be Alley. Bunt situation, but we've done that twice, so he's going to swing away this time. Against the left-hander, it's a 3-2, and he hits him on a 1. Oh my goodness, here we go. You regulars know what that means. It looks like both benches are emptying. Somebody's not happy down there. There's going to be a roll on the ejection chart. Here's the roll on an 11, and Peronoski is thrown out of the game. That's a bad break for the Dodgers, who really needed Peronoski to soak up some innings here after Drysdale's early exit. They're claiming intent on that one. And Peronoski is ejected. Walt Alston is not happy about it. Now he's going to have to get another pitcher up. Here comes Jim Brewer. Brewer will be given a little time to get loose. Peronoski retires nobody. Yeah, exactly, Franklin. I've always pondered that one myself, to be honest. Okay, Brewer's set now. He inherits the unenviable task of facing Clemente, Stargell, and Clendenin with 2 on and nobody out. Pirates threatening to blow this open here in the 6th inning. Brewer, a check of the runners, now from the stretch. Screwball to Clemente, 2-10 left-handed as a single to 6 on a 12. That liner is speared at third by Gilliam. 1 away, and here's Pops. Oh, Mike, I made that. I just did it on a Excel spreadsheet. It's a house rule. I modified it a bit for this replay because it seemed like we were having too many in the early going. I think it's about right now. We were using that house rule, oh God, I would say I was in my late teens or early 20s. Here's Pops. He's 1 for 3, a 2-run double in the 2nd. It was a big hit in this game. Brewer staring in now. The pitch to Stargell is a 5-11 left hand. It's a fly ball to right field. Playable. On this one, the runner at second can tag. It's Alou, 15-17, a 0 arm. He's going to tag up. He's only out on a 20, and he tags up and takes third. Runners at the corners, 2 down. Almost, Ben. Almost. Okay, you're having some fun with my age today. That's cool. Uh-huh. Clendenin 2 for 2 and reached on an error. Brewer trying to get out of this jam unscathed, amazingly enough. The pitch to Clendenin is a 2-5 lefty, not for long. That's going to be the daily triple as he rips one over the third base bag and down in the corner, rattling around. Alou can walk home. Here comes Alley to score. Clendenin rounds and slides into third with a 2-run triple. And it's the daily triple, as we've come to call it here on the Spokane Steve Sports Network here. That blows the lid off of this one. It's 8-2 Pirates. The batter will be Pagan. He's 0 for 3 on the day. Here's the pitch to Jose. It's a 2-8 left-handed grounder to third. Gilliam has it. Throws across in time, and the side is retired. 2 runs for the Pirates. On 2 hits, they leave a man. There was a hit batter. There was an ejection. That inning pretty much had it all. And the Pirates take an 8-2 lead to the bottom of the 6th. Blass, who's been in complete command since the first inning, entering his first inning of potential fatigue. And that's a good cue for me to fire up that second cup of coffee. All right, well, that's going. Well, that's making itself. We'll get the bottom of the 6th in here. Heart of the order for the Dodgers, it's Davis, Fairley, and Davis. Willie D, 0 for 2 in this one. The last set now. Here's the pitch on a 3-4 right-handed. It's a high fly ball to deep right field. Backing up is Clemente at the track, at the wall. It's gone. Home run, Willie Davis. Let's take another look at it. It's a 3-4, 1-9. The roll is a 4. And for Willie Davis, that is his first home run of the season. That makes it 8-3 Pirates. Oh, that's interesting, Stephen. Hey, if you don't mind, if you would email that to statman122@msn.com, I'd like to take a look at it. You can also find my email on YouTube. I know you have to search around a little bit for it, but it's there. That also reminds me, I want to thank you guys for teaching me how to use the subscribe to all function. It works very easy. I don't know how I missed it before. Here's Fairley. Fairley 1 for 2 on the day. After that home run, Pirates get Don Schwall loose in the bullpen. So Schwall takes off the jacket and starts to loosen. Blasts the windup and the pitch to Fairley. They got a dice down. That's fouled off for strike 1. Blass will get a new ball. Rubs it up, and here's his next pitch to Fairley. On a 1-4 right-handed, a grounder into the hole, it's short. It's Alley to make the play. Throws him out 1 away. Here's Tommy Davis now, 1 for 2. Blast set. Here's the windup and the pitch. That's a 2-7 right-handed lazy fly ball to center. Matty Alou takes a few steps back and hauls it in for the second out. That'll bring up Lefevre, 0 for 1 with a walk. Standing in from the left side, blasts the windup and the pitch. 4-3 lefty is a fly to right field X. That's the Gold Glover Clemente. 1E13, here's the play. On a 15, nice running catch by Clemente, and the side is retired. 9X. Dodgers get a run on the Willie Davis homer, and after 6 complete, it is 8-3 Pittsburgh. Exactly. And thanks again, Ben. Let me grab that coffee. Oh, there we go. God, I love coffee. Well, you know, Perry, it would make sense that it would. My house rule is pretty simple, though. It's just the 20-sided dice. If the 20-sided die is a 1 on a hit by pitch, then you roll the roll again for the ejection roll. But yeah, I could see maybe there should be like a retaliation rule or something. Okay, here's Brewer ready to work the 7th. Mazeroski will lead things off. May and the pitcher's spot to follow. Maz is 1 for 3 on the day. Brewer into the windup. On a 6-2 right-handed, he loses him ball 4. Brewer rated 3 for relief endurance. And their batter will be the catcher, Jerry May. May much better against lefties. 1 for 3 on the day. Brewer out of the stretch. That's going to be a 4-5 grounder to shortstop X. Wills will be tested once again. 3E27, and here's the play. On a 9, it's the E range. A 2, that smells like trouble. The white die is a 1. It's a 2-base error. 2 through 6. It is a ground ball A double play. How about that? Let's look at that again. Holy smokes. 9. Okay, that's the error range. And you've got the 2. Yeah, it's one of those split results. 2-base error had the white die been a 1, but as it is, that's a 6-4-3 double play. Leading 8-3, Blass will bat. Right, Stephen, I can relate. Trying to tell my friend over the phone how to clear his catch, and I said, ask your daughter to do it. It's hard enough to show somebody something when you're there in person, but for me anyway, I'm not that computer illiterate in the first place, and trying to explain it to somebody over the phone is an almost impossible task. The pitch now to the right-handed hitting Blast. 1-9, grounder to second, routine for Lefevre, who throws him out, and that will do it in the 7th. No runs, no hits, nobody left. As we stretch for the 7th, it's 8-3 Pirates. And we got a Mookie cam coming up. At least you'll be able to see his face today. He's turned the other way. You can get a little better idea of his increased size in this shot. Hey, Mookie. Mookie. Yeah, there you go. He opened his eyes. He's awake. He says, why are you pointing that thing at me? I got to hand it to this little cat. What a sport he was. For you guys who don't know, I just came back from a road trip of just over 4,000 miles. And I was accompanied by Mookie. What a sport. Blast ready to go to work here in the bottom of the 7th. Bottom third of the order, it's Parker, Roseboro, and the pitcher's spot. Rick. Rick, I take it, not a cat person. That's okay. Oh my God, Ben, at his size now, if he jumped up on the table, he would wreak havoc on the game. Parker's 0 for 2 today. As Blast gets the sign from May now. Here's the windup on the pitch. On the 2-10 right-handed, it's a lazy fly ball to left field. Stargell there. He'll take it, 1 down. John Roseboro, the batter. Roseboro 0 for 2. Blast staring in now. Here's the windup on the pitch. It's a 5-10 left-handed. It's a grounder to short X. Another play for Alley. Where did my chart go? There it is, 2E17. Alley into the hole on a 20, makes it look easy and throws him out. And now we will have a batter for Brewer. Brewer worked 2 innings. 1 hit, 2 runs charged to Peronowski. Brewer in his 2 innings gave up a hit, a walk, no strikeouts, no runs. Joe Moeller will get the call. Who are we going to use here? Kennedy or Oliver? John Kennedy will be the batter. He played in this game in real life, albeit as a defensive replacement. Kennedy only batting 152, 5 for 33 of the season, does not have a home run. He does have end power. Blast with the pitch. 6-6 right-handed. It's a triple to 5 on a 7. He'll settle for a long single. So it's a pinch hit single for Kennedy. And with 2 away, Wills will come to bat. Wills 2 for 3 as Blast stares in now. Here's the pitch from Maury. It is a 5-8 left-handed grounder to second. Routine for Mazeroski, who throws him out to end the inning. No runs, a hit, a man left. We've played 7. It's 8-3 Pirates. Pirates now just 6 outs away from moving into first place in the National League. These teams came into the game tied, as I mentioned at the start of the game. And now Joe Moeller will be the 4th Dodger pitcher of the afternoon. Moeller, let's check his stats on the season. He's been in 7 games, no record, a save, 3.18 in 11 1/3. We had that when I was a kid, Franklin. Since I went to apartment living, not so much. I just don't feel it's fair to a dog to not have a yard. Yeah, that's true, Ben. There was a great article about that. Where did I see that? I think that was actually in the forum on the Strat-O-Matic website, the 365 game. In the old days, all of the sports writing was focused on defense and errors. Basically, you'd have to think that Babe Ruth changed all that. Okay, 8th inning, Moeller's ready to work. Alou has not been retired today. 3 singles and a hit by pitch. Moeller set now. Here's the windup. The pitch to Matty is a 4-7. Single to 5 on a 20. That liner is speared at first by Parker. So they finally get Matty Alou out. Here's Gene Alley. Alley 1 for 2 on the day. Was plunked his last time up. Now Moeller set. Pitch to Alley on a 5-4 right-handed. Shallow fly ball to left. Tommy Davis coming on to make the catch. Roberto 1 for 4 today. Excuse me. Let me get a drink of water. Moeller set now. The pitch to Roberto is a 2-7 right-handed. Single to 1 to 13. That is past the diving Gilliam and into left field for a 2-out single. Second hit of the day for Clemente. And that'll get Stargell to the plate here in the 8th. Stargell 1 for 4 today. Moeller out of the stretch. Pitch to Pops is a 3-10 right-handed. Grounder wide of first. Parker has it. Shovels it to Moeller covering, and that's the side. No runs a hit, 1 left. 8-3, we go to the bottom of the 8th. Oh, excellent, Stephen. Let me check that. And there it is. Oh, excellent. I'm going to look that over at my leisure later on. Thank you very much, Stephen. Appreciate that. And there were more errors then, too, Ben. There's fewer errors nowadays. Of course, part of the reason for that is they don't call them, right? If there's any chance at all to award the batter a hit, that's what they do. Show them to Mike so we can... Okay, let's do that. Let's expand this. I know how to do that. Except I can't get the whole thing on one... How do I get the whole thing on one page? Let's see here. Ay, 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 let me see. See, that just makes the font bigger. That doesn't help me. All right, this will be a 2-part thing here. All right. That takes us down through 8.9. And then I'm going to drag it down. Okay, there's the rest of that page. Holding it there for a moment. All right, and one more here. And then we've got the second page, and that's the end of it. So let me know if you got all that. I like that 18. Donnybrook. Well, I haven't heard that word in a while. And that's it. There's Mookie again. See, now he's hiding. Oh, I'll show you this for a second. This is not even relevant, but anyway. After I house sat for my friend, we went to Morro Bay for a couple of days, and we rented one of those electric boats. And this is some video I took. There I am driving the boat. It's a video I took while we were cruising around the bay in the electric boat. That was a ton of fun. I would definitely recommend that. I'd do it again. So hopefully you guys got that. It is elaborate. I've got to read that. Like I say, I'm going to read that after the game. Okay, the Pirates are trying to win a game here, and it's a big one. They're 6 outs from moving into sole possession of first place. Oh God, man, they're easy to drive. All you do is steer. A child could drive that thing. I'm serious. There's nothing to it. And they don't go very fast. Okay, here's Gilliam starting off the bottom of the 8th. Jim's 0 for 3 on the day. Blasts into the windup now. It's a 4-9 left-handed fly ball into left. Stargell barely has to move and grabs it for out number 1. No, there's no rocks. There's no rocks. You have to stay 5 boat lengths from the otters. That's the only rule. You can't get too close to the otters. They don't want you running over any otters. Here's Willie now. Willie Davis, 1 for 3 with a homer. Blast the sign from May. It's a 1-4 right-hander. It's a foul ball behind the plate. May goes back, and he's got it. 2 easy outs for Blass. And here's Fairley. Fairley 1 for 3 today. Blass into the windup. Here's the pitch on a 6-6 left-handed. It's a triple to 10, and that's down into the right center gap. Bouncing away from Alou. Fairley rounding, heading into third with the game's second triple. Let's take another look. 6-6 lefty to 10. The roll is a 4. Sure enough, it's a 2-out triple for Fairley. They've got right, switch left. Schwal sits down, and Pete Mickelson begins to throw in the Pirates' pen. As Tommy Davis comes to bat. He was 1 for 3 today. Fairley at third, 2 away. Blast set now. The look at third. Now the windup on the pitch is a 2-6 right-handed slow roller to short. Alley charging on the run. Side retired. They strand Fairley at third. 8 innings in the books. And it's 8-3 Pirates. Moeller coming out for his second inning of work. It'll be Clendenin, Pagan, and Mazeroski in the 9th. Hang on, I got to go down and see this. Clendenin's 3 for 4 on the day and reached on an error. He scored 1 and driven in a pair with a triple in the 6th. Moeller gets the sign. Here's the pitch to Clendenin. It's a 3-5 right-handed base hit up the middle. Don Clendenin with his 4th hit of the day. Clendenin a star 15 and Moeller a +4 with Roseborough's -3 +1, that's 16. They'll hold him at 14. With the 10 automatic caught, no real reason to try for it, leading by 5. And the batter will be Pagan. Jose 0 for 4 today. Whoops. Okay, let's not get carried away. That's in the wrong spot, Steve. Here's the pitch now to Pagan out of the stretch. It's a 6-7 right-handed grounder to second base X. That's Lefevre. Could be 2. 3E17. Here's the play. On a 16, he's got it, but his only play is to first. And Clendenin will take second on the play. So a ground ball C puts Clendenin in scoring position with 2 outs, and the batter is Mazeroski. Maz 1 for 3 with a walk today. Moeller gets the sign. And kind of dice down again. Kind of a loosey-goosey game today, right? We got the camera all over the place and ejections, ejection rules. Oh my goodness. Here's the pitch to Maz. 1-8 right-handed. It's a grounder to short. Wills has it, looks the runner back, and throws him out. And the batter will be Jerry May with 2 down. May 1 for 4. Moeller with the pitch. That's going to be a 1-5 right-handed. It's a double to 8 on a 19. That's going to hold up in left for Tommy Davis, who brings it in just shy of the track to retire the side. So we go to the bottom of the 9th. The Pirates 3 outs from sole possession of first place. Blast trying to take it all the way. Mickelson's ready behind him. Lefevre, Parker, and Roseboro do if anybody gets on pitcher's spot. Jim Lefevre 0 for 2 with a walk. Batting left-handed. Blast with the windup. The pitch to Lefevre, a 4-9 left-handed. He goes the other way with it and lofts a lazy fly ball to left. Stargell barely has to move and takes that one for the first out. Here's Parker now. Wes 0 for 3 on the day. Blast gets the sign. Here's the pitch on a 5-11 left-handed. It's a grounder to first base X. That'll be Clendenin, a 2E26. Here's the roll on the play. 2E26 on an 11. It's the E rating. It's a 3 on a 26. And it's a 2-base error. Clendenin fields it, tries to throw it to Blast covering. A little late getting to the bag perhaps, and he throws it over his head. That'll bring up Roseboro. Roseboro 0 for 3. Parker at second, 1 away. Checks the runner. Now the pitch to Roseboro on a 1-6. He loses him, ball 4. And now we will have a batter for the pitcher. Really only one obvious choice in this. With the bench the way it is here, not much there. It's Lou Johnson, obviously. The only good hitter on the bench. Johnson, the team's RBI leader, with 26. 1 away, first and second. Pirates lead by 5. Blast from the stretch. Pitch to Lou. A 3-8 right-handed, and he drills him. That loads the bases with 1 down. Oh my goodness. And now May is going out to the mound, a conference out there. Blast, of course, just the 1 walk, so he's not even close to fatiguing. But personally, I'm tempted to go to Mickelson right here. I'll throw it out to the group. Do you want Mickelson? Or do you want to see Blast try to finish it? And greetings to Gerald. What did I say, the 8th? Sorry, Franklin. Oh, you're still talking about this. Okay, I get it now. I'm going to give you guys a minute to think about that because I was going to try to hold out for the restroom, but I'm 68 years old and I can't. So Blast or Mickelson? What do you say? Okay, we are back. Franklin Kenyon like Blast. Gerald likes Mickelson. You know, I was thinking about this in the bathroom, and Wills is not the tying run. Furthermore, he has no power. Well, I would say if he can't get Wills, then we go to Mickelson. So Blast will face Wills, who's 2 for 4. Bases loaded, full windup. Pitch to Maury on a 2-6 is a grounder to short. That's going to be a force play. Alley goes to Mazeroski for 1, and that's all they're going to get. Johnson came in hard to break that up. On a 6-4 force, Parker scores an unearned run. Ball game should be over. Wills at first, 15. They're not even going to hold him. Trailing by 4, they don't believe he'll try to steal, and they would be correct. He won't. It's up to Gilliam. Blast trying to finish, batter by batter here. If he doesn't get Gilliam, Mickelson's coming in. Here's the pitch for Gilliam. 5-7 left-handed is a ground ball to second base X. That's all. You can almost call that an out. It's a 1-8 Mazeroski. It's a 17, and the game is over. 4-3 X, and Blast goes the distance. An unearned run in the 9th. Makes the final 8-4 Pirates, and the Pirates move into sole possession of first place. I'll be back here with the totals in just a moment. Blast goes the distance for the win. He's 4-1 now on the season. Drysdale takes the loss. His record squares at 3-3. 2 innings for Moeller. 2 hits. No walks, no strikeouts, no runs. Blast allowed 4, 5, 6, 7 hits. 4 runs, 3 earned. Actually, only 2 were earned, I think. I believe there was an unearned run in the first. I'm not too worried about that, of course, as the computer game will track that correctly when I enter it manually. He walked a pair and hit a batter. And he struck out, not many, 1. That's it, huh? 1 strikeout for Blast. That's kind of surprising. Clendenin 4 hits and reached 5 times. I'm inclined to go with Clendenin as the player of the game. For the Pirates, 8 runs on 14 hits, 2 errors. The Dodgers 4 runs on 7 hits, 1 error. And that's all she wrote here on a Tuesday. Tomorrow, we're going to have the Minnesota Twins at the New York Yankees. Jim Cott for the Twins, Bob Friend for the Yankees, 1:30 Pacific. Please join me for that. Before I sign off, we'll take another little glimpse of Morro Bay. That is the Sea Lion raft. It's not really a raft as it's anchored. Platform would be more accurate. Yeah. just a beautiful setting. You don't want to get too close to these guys. They will jump onto boats. That's why they built the platform in the first place, to keep them from jumping onto people's boats, because they were doing that. And then I get an unknown caller there, so there's a glitch in the stream, that's why. All right, I'm going to get out of here. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for hanging out with me, fellas. Take care and have